It's another time to discuss refereeing decisions in our VARguments episode. Round 12 was impressive for everything that happened on the pitch. And from a perspective of things that happened, with the referees, it was also exciting because we've got one decision that had, people twisting their heads, and that happened in Newcastle versus Manchester City. Bruno Guimaraes was, adjudged to be onside, but, looking at it again, many people claimed he was actually offside. Victor, what do you think about this? The lines were drawn, but do you think they were drawn the wrong way?
God, I miss football pre-VAR. Honestly, it's one of those things with like human error and blah, blah, blah. They let the goal stand on the pitch. They probably let the goal stand in the VAR room as well because they didn't really have a choice. If you look at it just at face value, it does look slightly offside, but again, it's one of those that he just wears one size bigger than he should or something for his boots. I say correct decision, let it stand, and let's just be done with this nonsense because it's getting really old.
Max, your opinion on this?
If you could change to the previous picture, it would make more sense because it feels like, look at the screenshot on the bottom of the VR. I mean, how is it possible that Ruben Dias is drawn that he's already in the air, while in time of the pass, he was standing still? It just feels like they took the wrong moment of the pass, and that's why it shows that he is onside. So I would probably say this is a crucial VR error, so I would say it's a missed call and that was offside.
Yeah, just like Max said, I think they picked the wrongest times, to show us in the screenshot. But even looking at it at face value, it's clearly offside without even drawing the lines. And the fact that they tried to manipulate the lines, they even look flawed if you look at the other screenshot, and it doesn't even look straight, in my opinion. So for me, I would say it's a wrong call from VAR, wrong call. Yeah, and moving over to the next two incidents, Liverpool have been on the wrong end of several VAR decisions in like 2 or 3 of our recent episodes right now. Sorry, Victor, but you can't stop VAR at the moment. There were claims that Nottingham Forest's first goal by Murillo should not have been allowed to stand because Alisson's view was blocked. And this is the exact same reason that Liverpool's goal against Manchester City was denied. So, Victor, what is your stance on this? Right decision for the goal to stand or not?
I could go on a very, very dirty word tirade here because this is absolutely disgraceful. Okay. I think, okay, correct decision, let it stand. Fine. But only if Liverpool's goal against City would have stood. You need to be consistent in these things. Both players, like both Ndoye and Robertson, are about the same position-wise in terms of the goalkeeper's line of sight as well. They're not actually blocking the goalie's line of sight. Chalking off Liverpool's goal against Man City was a disgraceful decision. It should have stood. If that was the case and they let that stand, they would have let that stand, then this one, correct, stands. But because they didn't let that stand, letting this one count is absolute bullshit. Wrong decision.
Fair analysis. I think I like the way you put it. Max, your opinion on that?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about that for like maybe already a month or two. Just we don't have the stability in league for refs for some reason. Because when you have this pretty much the same moments, maybe even a bit worse, you cannot just say, yeah, it's fine, let it stand. So I mostly agree with Victor. So it's either both of the moments are disallowed or both allowed. So there's nothing else to add.
But yeah, just like you guys said, I think it's a case of you could say let it stand or let it not stand. But if just a week ago you disallowed something like this, just a week ago, not so long ago, then you have to maintain that consistency and disallow this as well. So based on what has happened just this season and for Liverpool against City, I say this was a wrong call and it should have been chalked off. Yeah. And for the final question, still for Liverpool again, do you agree with the call to chalk off Igor Jesus ball offense? Victor, your take on this? Someone called me. Someone. Yeah.
Yeah. You lagged there.
Yeah, you
Just
can just
redo the question and then cut thing.
Yeah, so the question is, Victor, do you agree with the call to chalk off Igor Jesus' goal against Liverpool due to a handball offense?
Of course, I don't agree. There was no handball there. It was, I don't know. The referees completely dropped the ball in this game. It was a properly poor decision as well, because they disallowed the goal on the pitch, right? And at the same time, why do we have VAR if not for moments like this? If you disallow it, then VAR needs to step in, because this is a proper, clear, and obvious error, right? So this should not have happened. It's completely the wrong decision.
Max, your take on this?
I mean, yeah, obviously there was no handball, and it feels like a couple of minutes ago you made a mistake, and you realize that later, and then you decide, all right, let me cancel this goal, and it makes equal, but at the end of the day you have 2 complete errors in 3 minutes, so it's definitely no handball.
Yeah, me too. I saw it. I was watching this game live and I was confused. Where is the handball? I could not see any handball. And the fact that VAR checked this and allowed it, I feel like these days they should not just use VAR anymore. If VAR cannot spot things like this, just like Victor said, then what is the actual point of it?
Yeah, we're just making games longer. What's the point then? Either get rid of the refs on the pitch and install 1,000,001 cameras in every venue, or just let things as they were before VAR, because at this point it's just ruining the game.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, that's all we have for this episode of VARguments. It was pretty action-packed, and you can see we had a lot to talk about. Was Bruno Guimaraes offside or onside? Should Forest's first goal against Liverpool have been allowed? And Igor Jesus, was that handball offense or not? We're asking our viewers to join us in the conversation and leave your thoughts in the comment section, and we'll be sure to respond to you.